Good morning, traders. Today is Friday, March 14, 2025. It's 9:22 on the East Coast here. Looking at the markets together, this week has been kind of like a wild week. It's been a wild few days in the market. So we're gonna be looking at the market together here. This is Joseph with Smart Money Traders. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll be looking at the ES and Q, and also today we're going to be featuring live cattle. We're going to be talking a little bit about live cattle, why it's a good market to trade, and we might trade it live if there's an opportunity. With that said, this is for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell any futures contracts or foreign exchange. Trading is risky. Please consult your financial professional before you engage in trading, and make sure that you have enough risk capital and also know what you're doing before you engage in trading. So with that said, we're going to look at the market together now. We're going to see ES here moving really fast because it's catching up to the live market, because we had a nice lag on that. So before the market's open here, 9:24, we're gonna talk about live cattle a little bit. As you can see here, this market's been definitely a downtrend in general for ES. Last night we had some up movement here on the European session. I was thinking 69.5 was a place to go short. I did go short, but he went back and tagged me here before he goes my way, because I was looking for 10 points. But that happens. That was right before I went to bed last night. But NQ, we're going to look at NQ here. Probably same scenario for the NQ. I'm loading slow today. I think I didn't have a chance to restart my computer this morning, but things are going a little slower than usual today. That's NQ right here. Same scenario with NQ. We had a small fair value gap here. It looks like they're going to go low below that. Today is one of those days, because this market's been going down for the whole week. We may definitely see like a short covering rally. People are buying back their positions so they can be flat for the weekend. And also it's a kind of long weekend, because since St. Patrick's Day is Monday, some people are definitely not going to be trading on Monday. Monday, we should expect a lower volume in the market. But with bots and stuff, so we never know. Please let me know where you watching from, and if you have any comments and questions, please put them in the chat. Thank you very much. So definitely we're looking at this market heading lower. Yeah, for a little bit, but I think this is what I would call a retracement here to go higher, because this was support, it became resistance. So I think this part is going to be supporting in here. If we don't go below 370, in the NQ, I think we will be fine. Now, one market that I said that we're going to be talking about today is live cattle, which is this is a market that opens. It doesn't trade overnight. It opens at 9:30 Eastern and closes at 2:05 Eastern. So we're gonna load the chart right here for live cattle. It is traded on the CME. It trades on the CME, and also there you go. So right now, as you can see, the last few days, I'd say the last 10 or so days, it's been an uptrend. We had a couple bearish days, which were retracement days. But overall, this market's been an uptrend. And when this market gets into a trend, it stays there for a while. So yesterday we opened here. We opened here yesterday. We went higher. Then we sold off when we get to that resistance zone. We got right deep into it and we sold off to close the day. Same scenario here with live cattle. I think because we've been having, let me see, that was Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So Monday and Tuesday were more like retracement day from the previous week. And then we got two push to the upside here. And then a retracement today. So I think we might see, it's possible here, we see some more selling today. But it's going to be curious to see how we open today. If we take out this low here at 197.50, 197.45, I think we might be going lower. Live cattle, they trade in about a minute for the market to open. the first 5 minutes on the market, I don't do anything anyway, so I will give me the next 5 minutes to talk about it a little more. Trading, one of the reasons that I like you diversify from the equity index markets. That's one way to stay away from them when they're really crazy, like we've been experiencing. It's less erratic price movement, compared to the equities. Lower algorithmic manipulation. We don't get fewer bots. The stop points are less pronounced. Also it's it really trades very methodically compared to the other, like NQ or anything else you trade that has a lot of manipulation. So less manipulation. The symbol obviously is LE. Today I think we in the June contract, and the April contract has a lot of volume too, but we're trading there. NinjaTrader suggested that we roll over to the June contract, so I did that. The contract size is 40,000 pounds of live cattle. Each tick is $10. It's basically, you're gonna see, it's basically 0.00025 per pound. So basically, it's like if I were to do it as far as cents, it's 0.025 cents per pound for live cattle. So that's how it moves. It moves in 0.025. Again, it's the expiration months are February, April, June, August, October, and December. So live cattle, we have what influence the price. We got weather conditions are very important. Droughts, extreme weather definitely impact live cattle growth. So if we have drought and extreme conditions, so probably gonna have the price going higher. We have the reports that they have every Tuesday at 3 p.m., which at that time the market is closed, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a report on live cattle, I think from the USDA. So that definitely gives you key insight what the market is doing. Export and trade policies. We can see, right now we're in tariff season. So definitely tariffs and international demand definitely shift the pricing on live cattle. Also, the grains impact live cattle as well. If the grains are more expensive, so that means live cattle is going to be more expensive, because that's gonna take more money to feed them. So they have a relationship here between corn and soybean meal. They definitely affect the cost of live cattle. Just basic supply and demand. When you get like the slaughter rates and the consumer demand, and people are buying more beef, they're definitely gonna see the price going higher. From a technical standpoint, like I said earlier, trend following it trends very well when it starts trending. Every now and again, anything is gonna have some kind of. Let me make sure that I can save this, because I'm gonna have to do a reboot here on Ninja, unfortunately, because nothing is moving. Yeah, nothing is moving. I was half jokingly saying that they need to kind of redo Ninja. I was halfway joking because they really did need to do that, because I feel like Ninja is too cumbersome, too data intensive. So if I go to fast.com, while we're waiting for Ninja to load, if you want to know what your speed is, you go to fast.com, it'll tell you. So it is very fast. Internet is pretty fast as well. So let's wait for this to load. Then we're going to connect to data and see if there's an opportunity if we can trade live cattle today. It's definitely good to trade. Let's see what other. I'm gonna check on the reports, and it's important to understand what's happening as far as the environment. It's always good to have a good fundamental grasp of what the market is doing. That's what's happening with fully leveraging is never good. So that's something we gotta keep in mind. Traded live on the stream. I think I went double digit contract on that because the setup was so good. You always have a plan when you're trading. Stick to the plan and avoid the impulsive trading. do. And if you want to learn more about live cattle, the CME group website is a good one. There's a little free course on there that that you can go and learn a little more about live cattle. The USDA reports. If you just Google USDA reports on live cattle, it'll take you to the website previous report and go back and see, okay, how did the market react to that report? So there's a couple books that actually I haven't read them yet myself, but I do know they exist. The Meat Market by Jake Bernstein. Jake Bernstein is a pretty big name in the futures and commodity space. So definitely and also we'll be trading here. We'll be trading it here on a regular basis because we can see this market that we'll start moving here. Let's see if we can connect to live data here. So let's connect to some live data. My goal was to do like a little slide presentation with all that information, but I just didn't have a chance to do so. So actually I may do that over the weekend. Do like a little screen capture and go over live cattle again, and then make it a YouTube video by itself. We'll go from there. Let me work on that, and I'll give you guys that. I'll try to get it done by Monday, and put it on YouTube, and you can watch it. Because I don't think not a lot of people are trading live cattle, and it's a pretty good market, and people like to trade the exciting stuff and like ES and NQ. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's actually what I've been trading primarily. But when I stumble upon live cattle as a market, I'm like, that definitely could be something to diversify from the indexes. All right, let's see if we're connecting here. Everything is loading, calculating. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer you. Or if I don't know it, because I don't know everything, I'll look into it and get back to you. Let me know. Also, let me know what you're trading, or if you already got into a trade. So we're looking at cattle here in the middle, top middle here. We're getting some data. So what we see here, we went down. This is the line. This is 930 right here. We went down. We went higher. And honestly, right now, if I were to be deciding, if we get a bar down here, we probably yesterday at the close, we had a pretty big move down. At the close here on live cattle yesterday from 1240. We moved down, and we opened down here. I think this brown line is kind of line in the sand below here. We should be looking for shorts, and we opened lower than that. So I think today could be one of those days again. Even live cattle have been into fairly bullish mode. We might be looking to sell it today if everything just line up here. But it's too early to say. I'd like to see it below the VWAP. If we go below the VWAP, I'm going to look at the bottom, top left here too. If we come back down here and pull back up to the VWAP and go down, I think we have a chance to definitely make a new low here. So let's see what it does here. And I'm looking at the 30-minute here too in the live cattle. We got definitely some fair value gap here that happened. Definitely, as you can see, there's a lot of liquidity down there. So all those zones haven't been tested. So today could be the day they go and test them. So again, we're looking to sell live cattle if the opportunity presents itself. Okay. Now we're getting below VWAP here. We're getting below VWAP. So if we get below VWAP, which we're doing now, what I'd like to see is a pullback. I see a pullback here. Or they could use VWAP as a bounce too. So that's another thing. This market, you can always get caught flat-footed here, because here I could have definitely gone short at 198.30. But if I gone short at 198.30, my stop would have to be maximum. Usually I risk on this is 20 ticks, very maximum. Typically 10 to 15 should be fine. That means about $100, $150 per contract. can get away with that. So, but this is going lower at the moment. So I'm going to wait to see how it goes as far as the screen and change it to live cattle. I'm going to wait and see how it goes here before I make any. I think we have a chance to get, if we have a pullback, that would be, I'd like that better. But let's say we got short at 30 or 38. But right now would be definitely up. Well, I think we may have missed that move down here. It's not coming back. It's not coming back here. Or let it pull back again to the cloud here. Let's see if we can pull back the 2 at that point, because this is supposed to be support. This is a dotted line here. There you go. News at 10. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be focused on trading live cattle at the moment. The news shouldn't have much on the live cattle. Let's see. What kind of news is it? Let's look at the Forex Factory. Okay. Consumer sentiment and University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and also University of Michigan inflation expectations. So at the moment, we're just looking for a pullback on live cattle to go short. Let's see if we can do that. In the meantime, NQ, well, we kind of missed this entry here. Again, my stop would have been above here, which means I would have to risk more than 20 ticks. So that's why, to me, it didn't make any sense in my trading plan. But if you could have definitely risked, if you could risk more in your trading plan per contract, hey, definitely that was a good entry here. About 198.30, as it was live here. So again, we should expect a pullback here. Typically, market usually doesn't move in straight lines. Let's reload the data. Those are just the way these candles are looking. They're just Ninja Trader. Okay, I guess that's what they are. Again, we got a major support here. We may see a bounce. That's why we're looking to see if we can get that. But in the meantime, let's look at the big picture here in the NQ. I have the MNQ down here that I traded live 2 days ago. So definitely getting. Do we have live data on those? Let me move this down here. So, okay, ES is pretty good. MNQ, so a 40-second delay on that. So we got it's catching up to live data. So it's pretty good. Yeah, let's keep an eye on live cattle here on this. Again, would like to see a pullback at least toward VWAP here. Yeah, let's see if we can get a pullback toward VWAP, and hopefully that will give us a better entry, because we don't want to be chasing here. If we were to go short here, that's why there's support. So I'd like for it to go higher here and then starting to turn around. Then I'll feel more comfortable risking those 20 ticks. And those 20 ticks is really a maximum. Usually if you start moving in my favor, I get to reduce my risk pretty quickly. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. Okay, this is now a pullback to VWAP. Now we're seeing a push down here. I still don't trust that first push down. Typically, it might try it again. And the second one, that's the one I would like to. All right, let's move this back to LE here. All right, kind of close to this pivot here, but let's see if we can get back up there. We test this high, and then if we get a bar down, I'll feel more comfortable going short. Let's see. In the meantime, I'm looking at ES here on my other screen. ES looks like he has found some kind of resistance, but 3 minutes to news, I wouldn't be trying to trade ES at the moment. Anyway, again, focusing today on trading cattle. Live cattle. Very slow market compared to ES and NQ, but definitely can be rewarding here. So there you go. This is why I didn't want to go short right here, because there was a high probability we're going to try to retest those high again. Now, if we get a bar down here, then I may feel more comfortable going short here. If I get a bar down at 198, which is right the figure, but it's like a round number, so I think I can go. We put a stop limit order here. I like to do the stop limit so I can avoid slippage. But in a market like LE or even NQ or YM, it could be a little thinner than ES. ES is pretty thick. But a market like LE, you may get left behind. That's the risk of using. That's the risk of using like a sell limit or buy limit, because if you don't get exactly the price that you want, it's gonna move. Even keep moving your way, it's not gonna, you're not gonna get fill. So if you were to get, let's say if you're gonna get slippage, you're not gonna get slippage with this. Actually, you're gonna get some positive slippage. Now, live cattle looks like he wants to go down here. If he goes down, we'll take that. But there you go. We got fill. Well, we got fill because it looks like there's a little delay on cattle. Yeah, there's a little delay on cattle here. Whoa. Yeah, cattle, there's a little delay, but so you're gonna see a little discrepancy in the price movement and the profit, because there's a one. Oh, what I can do, I can just make it. I can just show for real estate purposes, as far as the screen real estate purposes, I usually hide the chart trader. Scroll left. Scroll left. What exactly? I'm not sure. What does that do when I scroll left? If I scroll left. So I'm going to display. Usually I don't display so just screen real estate. But this time around, because this will tell me what the real price is, in the chart data. I mean, in the chart trader here. It will tell me what the real price is. So I can tell, even though we have a little delay here. Actually, pretty good delay. The delay is building up. I think what happened is so we're down 4 ticks right now. I'm going to put this in ticks so we can down 6 ticks. So this definitely could be a loser. Again, I was acting based. I was looking at this and I wasn't looking at my other screen. So, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, I was acting based on delay data. But the setup was there, though. The setup was there, which was what we were looking to do. Go to VWAP, pull back. Okay, basically this is the first pullback, and then we have this. At the moment we're down 6 ticks. We're risking to give it some room to operate here. As you can see, actually we're operating based on some delay data here. It's okay. We're gonna just stick with the plan here. We may get a stop out on this, which is fine, but that's plenty of room. We don't want to give it enough room to operate here. So down about 4 ticks right now, 7 ticks. So like we said earlier, not NQ, ES was, and so preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment came out negative, actually way negative. Was expecting at 63.1, it came out 57. So this is what the expectation was, 63.1, came out 57.9. Inflation expectations are higher, so definitely not a good news for the market. We should definitely see some down movement here in the equities, and that's what we're seeing here at the moment. That's what we're seeing here. So as you can see, ES top right chart, who had resistance with the news coming out. Looks like we're going to be selling off here for a moment. So I think things are looking to catch up here. As you can see, I got a delay on NQ, 5 minutes. NQ, same thing. At least 6-minute delay. But we know what the real price is. Right now, we're up about a tick. If you look at the bottom right. The bottom right here is going to tell you what the real bid ask price is. So we got in at 198.05. Thinking we're going to get in about 198. But again, we're acting based on delayed data without even realizing that. So we got a better feel than we actually wanted. So let's see what, LEs can be slow moving. So just gonna wait here and see what happens. We're risking 20 ticks and we're looking for 40. And for that to happen, we would need to make a no low for the day, which definitely can happen here. No low for the day. I think if we take 197.50, like I said earlier, if we take that out, we have a chance to go lower here to 197 even. Let's see here what we got. Well, we're still getting those delays here. Let me see if I'm going to look at how ES is selling off. But that was a while ago when the news just came out. because that was that's the 10 o'clock candle right here. This is when the news came out. But before the news came out, I said, hey, it's setting up as it wants to go down because we had a resistance and there was a lot of reason for it to go down. Again, we're going to trade it at this particular junction. So what I'm going to do here at the moment is I'm going to close out some charts here. So let's see if we can get back to, this is overkill. So there's a lot of duplicate charts that I have here. So I'm going to try to close them out. That's a daily chart. Some ways we can get back. Can leave this on. Some of this chart. Fortunately, we're ranging here below VWAP. I'm going to kill the ZB chart. I'm going to kill the GC chart, which I'm not going to trade today. There's some charts here that I'm not using. So hopefully I was looking at copper the other night and natural gas. We're going to kill those. We're going to kill that as well. As you can see, LE starting to go down a little bit. The lag starting to go down a little bit on LE. It was at 6.7. That's at 6.4, 6.3. So I think killing those charts are working. The chart I can kill here. That's about it. Maybe the lag is definitely coming down for LE here. It's coming down for ES. I think it's coming down for ES as well. Obviously, we couldn't be trading those at the moment if we wanted to. But LE, I wasn't a lag. We didn't even notice the lag. I think I might have to carve out a little area for this on this main screen because I have it on my screen that's on top of the screen that you're looking at right now. So I don't always look at it before I take a trade. So otherwise I wouldn't be trading LE at all because I like the market to have the live data because we went short here based on what we're looking at, but it wasn't actually live. So right now, as you can see here, we're ranging here. So if we take this range out, obviously we don't want to be in this trade anymore, but it's down 6 ticks. LE is coming back, ES is coming back, and QM and MNQ still not. Okay, LE is back to normal here. Yeah, LE is back to normal, which is good. So we don't have no more lag on LE. So when we'll be moving our stop, maybe if we up. This ATM is designed to move the stop to break even at 20 ticks. But if we were to get in a position where we're positive here, we'll move the stop maybe before that. Let's say if we were to make a new low, if we go below 197, 67.5, we may just move it down to break even. Yes, it's back to normal. Some big wicks to the upside here. Again, they could have used the news to flush some people. And we're at a VWAP on ES. So if you're trading ES, that could be a buying opportunity. Market internals are all green. So definitely see, because that was a big push up here on ES. They may come back and retest the low created by the news and go higher. All right, now we're down 3 ticks on LE. Again, to trade LE, you got to be patient. It's like I used to trade ZB all the time, which is a very slow market. I haven't traded ZB in a while now. Those markets are slow. You got to be patient. You can go make yourself a cup of coffee. You can just go and make yourself breakfast and come back, and that trade's still going on. So it's not going to move quickly as the other ones. And I know the allure of trading NQ, for example, is how fast can you make money, but also how fast can you lose money. Because trading, first thing that we got to consider is, hey, there's always a possibility for loss. As you can see, the Geiger counter, top middle here, it's very neutral. So, and also the color of this bar is kind of yellow. So that's just saying, hey, it's like a stalemate going on right now between buyers and sellers. Break this resistance zone above 50 here, we want to be out of this trade. If it gets to 50, I'm in 57.5. But at the moment, stalemate. We sold based on the fact that we had a nice pullback from yesterday. They try to go higher. It's a pullback. It's basically this candle here, they pull back toward 199. They couldn't make it there, and now let's see if they can go lower and make a new low here and basically square away, because the last couple of days definitely been nice bullish days. So we're looking to see if they can cover some of those longs and go low here. But so far, It's not working out. Seeing some selling here. Another thing we could do here too is, let me see if I can duplicate this. I'm gonna duplicate this and get my order flow. I have another order flow chart here. I'm looking at LE on the sideline, but if I can do, let's do LE here. Hopefully it's not gonna slow us down. I'm gonna do LE based on a 10 range chart, not a 15, because 15 is a little too big. Look, if I'm doing a volumetric chart, which by the way, this order flow comes with NinjaTrader, if you have the lifetime license like I do, or if you pay I think there's an order flow bundle they offer for, I think it's like $59.99, like let's call it $60 a month for the order flow bundle. So where you can see put my chart like this. So what I'm gonna do here, and also what I like with the volumetric bar, I don't need to do tick replay, so which is less data and resource intensive. So I can just do just a regular, nothing. I don't have to take most order flow software requires you to check tick replay, but not the volumetric bar that we have in NinjaTrader. It's a type of bar, and I can pick which kind of period it's based on. Could it be volume? It could be seconds, minute. I like the range one. I like the range bar for the order flow. And I can choose how many ticks I want per level too. So I'm just gonna use 1 tick per level here. But let's say I'm always trading NQ. If I'm doing a 34 tick bar on NQ or 40 tick bar on NQ, I would probably do like 4 ticks per level. You know, it's gonna be a little shorter. It's just gonna show you the more significant order flow levels. It's not gonna show you everything. So, but we're gonna look at this one here. Again, we're taking some heat on this trade. Catastrophic stop is still in place. I guess it's a Friday. We're just chatting. Let me know how you guys are doing out there. Is there do you guys took any trade? So as you can see here, we kind of ranging. The cumulative delta for the day so far is negative and 13. Again, the volumes are not going to be the same as the big volume you see on ES or NQ. Some opportunities here. Again, VWAP is right over here. So now we're pushing down now. So let's see if the sellers are getting a little aggressive here. So let's see what happened. So down to 3 ticks, down to 1 tick. Let me make this bigger here. Just out of the way. As you can see, we've been ranging here around VWAP. My stop is above this standard deviation. So if they were to go above the standard deviation here in the VWAP, I would be out of the trade. But hey, if we can go below the second standard deviation for the VWAP here, that's when we'll probably feel more comfortable. Put a stop at break even. But let's see how it goes. I mean, right now we're seeing the sellers getting aggressive here. Sellers are getting aggressive. It's moving our way at the moment. It's almost like, if you're a technical trader, this is almost like what they were doing here with the bear flag. They're doing this, and from here to here, that's what they're doing. They're doing the bear flag. As you can see here, it's setting up in a way that if they break the bear flag to the upside, then they would hit my stop. But if they if they give me a nice 10 range bar down here, I think we have a good chance of going lower. As you can see here, the cumulative delta is going lower. It's been going lower and lower here. See, it went from that. So I think when we get to 700, then it's starting to go higher because people are starting to buy and cover the position, I guess. And now it's getting back down again. That's probably the peak it's been. This is where we open. And those are imbalances. As you can see, there's some imbalance on the sell side here. Same thing here. Got some imbalance on the sell side, a couple back-to-back levels here. We got some imbalance. 5 contracts were bought at this, and 30 were sold here. That's a 6 to 1 imbalance. There was 0 here, 23. So the sellers looks like they're getting more aggressive, which what we would want to see because we are short. But there's no guarantee we're gonna keep going lower or We're just gonna let the market play out. Let's see if we can let this market play out here and see what happens. There you go. Slow market can be jumpy at times, but let's wait and see. I think the market analyzer right here is actually not a bad idea. This red here, because I can see, if I'm having any delay, because we don't want to operating when you're having delay. NQ is back to normal. NQ looks like it wants to go lower. I know definitely trading LE is not as exciting as trading the other stuff, but let me know, guys, how you guys doing out there? You guys taking any trades? Red day, green day, or you still waiting like I'm waiting here? Right now I'm just waiting and see how the market's gonna unfold here. Like I said, they failed to make the no low on ES here from the low of the. So that could be definitely a bounce point right here. NQ, we're playing right around the VWAP. Again, that could be a place that they go higher. Let me reduce margin here. Well, the delta is definitely getting, lower and lower as far as the cumulative delta. Delta on this particular bar is definitely, we're having a bearish delta here. But there you go. We're having a push down here on LE. This is the push down we've kind of been waiting for. We're up 11 ticks. Again, I'm not expecting this to go straight down here. They may even come back toward my entry. But if we can get past below this low at 197, slow is 197.45. At that point, we really will be well on the way to our target, which is at 197.05. At least pushing down here. So there you go. Again, my ATM is designed to move to break even at 20. I think if we get to 20 ticks and we come back and tag us out, that's fine. But we don't want the loser. There you go. We at 20 ticks right now. So if they come back and tag us out, more power to them. Which is like 197.05, 198.05. That's where we at right now. So we're at break even at the moment. We made a no low for the day, like we're hoping to happen. So we're hoping that would be the case here. Again, there's always a possibility to come back and test this range and go toward VWAP again and play. But I think right now, looks like they might be serious about going down. So we'll see. We right at the, should expect that kind of little push back up here because we had a standard deviation of from the VWAP, 2 standard deviation from the VWAP. So we're looking to see if we can get to 3. If we get to 3, so again, we're just gonna let this play out for now. If we get a positive bar here and bar, then we can lock in a few ticks. We'll look in a few ticks after that. This line here at is a support line, 730. Remember, this was resistance. 197.82. Half was resistance. Sorry, it was support. So now it may become resistance. So let's see if it's gonna hold here. So Geiger counter is all the way in the red, meaning the sellers are getting really the selling pressure is much more than the buying pressure, but right now price is disagreeing with that. Price is moving higher. So we got to 182.5. So let's see how it's going to react to this. We're going to have more selling coming from here. For what we can see here, this could be a break-even trade. This definitely has a potential to be a break-even trade. They may come back in the flat. But let's see if the sellers will step back in here. Because this is supposed to be a resistance. Now, when something is supposed to be resistant, that doesn't mean it's going to be. Because as the human mind works, we have green is the color of the day. That's good. I'm assuming, Noah, that you're green. That's a good thing. Let me know what you traded today. So when something is supposed to happen, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Or when something could happen. With the market, I'm not even going to say suppose, because this market, it's human being that trades it. So it can be chaotic. So it's organized chaos, So we knew this level, coming to this level, going back to here, 82.5, has a big potential of being resistance, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Still, I think if we make a new low here, then I will say, okay, this resistance held. But because why it was going to be resistance is because we have this as support, 3 times he tested it down here, went higher. So if you're a fib trader, this leg from the high to this low, it's probably a 50% pullback. I mean, I'm just highballing it. It's probably about 50%. I haven't done any. Yeah, exactly 50%. So it just coincided with another resistance area. You know, the brown line's the line in the sand. Below that, we should look for shorts. Above that, we should be looking for longs. But today coming in, we say, hey, this market's been going higher. So why don't we try to see if they're gonna have some short covering here? Not short covering, but they're gonna cover the buys, and today might be a negative day. And so far, looks like it's working out. Now again, I only went short when I went short because I was acting on the delayed data. But the better entry was, and those lines, I have them drawn before the market opened. So yeah, as you can see, this serves as a perfect resistance right here. So hopefully this will be the same case where we hit this, and we hit it again here, and we're gonna be going lower. Other than that, we are break even. It's a free trade at the moment. Oh, nice. Traded NQ this morning. Nice. Hey, I'm happy for you, man. The moment here, ES is going higher. Like we kind of said, hey, if they fail to make this no low and we bounce off this the VWAP here, we go above the VWAP, it looks ES wants to go higher. Same thing we said with NQ. NQ was playing around VWAP here. When they're playing around VWAP like this, I mean, they're looking to go one way or the other, but it looks like long is the direction they chose here. So let's get back to our trade here. Well, looks like it might be a break-even trade. They go back 5 ticks within 5 ticks of a stop. Hopefully we get some selling at the round number at 98. Look, it's 1039. There you go. We're within 1 tick. That 1 tick saved us so far. We got within 1 tick of a stop. Looks like we might be safe for the moment, but doesn't mean much. Again, we would need I'd like to see a negative bar here on the median Renko. Same thing here too. But cumulative delta is getting negative too. So this bar just formed. So yeah, there you go. All right, same stop hit. The stop got hit here. That's fine. That means this support held. That's what that's telling me here. Hey, this support is holding. So we might have to change a bias here. Because here he held the day before, he held yesterday, and he's holding here today. What's the plan here? The plan is we're at VWAP again. See what the VWAP is going to act. Remember I did say way back when over here, I said price was going down. I'm like, yeah, we may go back to VWAP. And what they're doing now, they at VWAP. Paid the commissions for this and VWAP here. Definitely seeing some cyan color here that indicates some aggressive buying. We're hitting VWAP here and we're getting rejected a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So when they keep hitting an area, also what also happens, that tells me, eventually the area will break. And when it breaks, it's gonna break with a lot of force. So if we get a negative bar here, get to 90, we may try a short again. Honestly. Get to 90 here, we may try a short again. With a stop maybe half the stop. Yeah, stop would be above this swing here at 40 maybe. Yeah, it would be still 20 ticks. But if you start going against us, we might even just kill the trade. Again, we could just say, hey, let's just enter right here, right now. But what I like with the sell stop or buy stop order, sometimes we just sidestep some losers, just having a buy stop or sell stop. If the market doesn't go your way, hey, we got to cancel that order and say, you know what? It's not going the way I thought it was going to go. I'm just going to cancel the order. But if it goes here and take us short, it's fine. Our stop probably going to be above 20 here. Maybe I'll do, instead of doing a 20 tick stop, I'll do, I'll do a 12 tick stop. Because honestly, if this thing goes down and take us short and goes back up above this swing, we may not want to be in this trade anymore. So let's see how it goes here. I guess today is one of those days that LE, when I'm to feature LE, and it's saying, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna arrange today. I'm not gonna trend. So it happens. It's like you bring the car to the mechanic, and the car's just starting to act up. So again, I'm gonna leave this catastrophic stop in place. But honestly, we're not gonna give this much. I don't think we're gonna let it hit a catastrophic stop here. If we get to 22, we might just do that. But hopefully we don't have to be doing that. See if this market can push down here. Early 3 days no long. It bounced off yesterday's close. Yeah. Okay. Yesterday's close. I do have another screen that I can see that information as well, but I wasn't paying attention to it. Let's see. Yeah, the previous day low is at 197.45 like we saw earlier. If we can go back to the initial balance here, which is the initial balance is the period of time. It's a range between when we open, which is 9:30, and 10:30, the first hour of trading. So if we can take this low here, we have a chance to go lower. But yeah, he bounced right off 52 and a half. So honestly, we're gonna reduce our risk here. We're gonna put at 22. That's about 13 ticks. I believe it's 13 ticks of risk. Yeah, 13 ticks of risk. So if we cannot keep going down here, we don't want to be in this trade anymore. Thing is, I was writing in my journal 2 nights ago, and my trading journal. One thing that I wrote down was the break-even trade is better than a losing trade. Because sometimes I tend to move my stop to break even a little later than most or than the average trader, because I know things like that happen when they come back and tag you out and go your way again. But I can always re-enter. So I have to do that mindset adjustment. This is what trading is all about. You gotta adjust on the fly. And if you have a habit that's not serving you, you want to get rid of it as soon as you can, because it's going to cost you money. If it's not serving you in trading, it's going to cost you money. So, that's what I did here. I mean, I was still believing in the short. They came back and tagged me at break even. Unfortunate, I get to pay the commissions, and now it's going the way that thought it was gonna go, at least for now. So I get to enter another trade. I reduce my risk from the original one, which was 20 ticks. Now I'm risking 13. So, a break-even trade is better than a losing trade. So I gotta keep that in the forefront of my mind, because I'm so used to, if I have a conviction about a direction, I'm not gonna move my stop to break even too quick. Which a lot of times when you do it too quick, if you move your stop to break even too quick, you're definitely gonna get a lot of break even trades. But right now it looks like we're pushing lower, which is exactly what we want to see. They went straight to VWAP. Again, I don't do this as much as I used to. I used to just put a limit order. Let's say if I wanted to go short, I wasn't in a position. The limit order at VWAP here was definitely be right on target. You'd be moving your way right away. But I waited for it to prove itself. I said, let's go down and get me in. In case you wanted to keep going higher, then I would save that. I would sidestep that loss, because in trading it's not so much how much money you can make, but it's really staying away from those losses. That's what's going to cripple your account, because the wins going to take care of themselves. The wins are going to come. It doesn't matter, okay, can I still be in the game when the wins are coming? Because a lot of times if we lose too big, we can't take advantage when the market is going where we think it's going to go anymore. So we cannot just lose too big. So right now, this could be a loss of a 13 tick loss, or it's going to be 40 tick win. Or at least, if it gets below here, we'll be at break even. Being at break even will help us to say to free trade. When it gets to this level at 97.30, which is supposed to be a support level, from here to I believe that's about 10 ticks, maybe 10 or 11, about 9 ticks. So we might move or stop in 9 ticks in profit. So the management here, let me lay it down again. If we get below here, if we get to this level, we're going to go to break even and lay it out here. Then if we get to this level, we're going to move in 9 ticks in profit. So we have a plan laid out. I mean, usually I don't do this. I don't put it like this on the screen when I'm trading. In the back of my mind, because L is a slow market, I can do this. But if I'm trading ES or NQ, sometimes I won't have chance to do all this. But NQ is going higher and ES is doing the same. If you're looking at those markets now. So basically now I got my plan laid out, and then let's say we were to go down, we're halfway through here. Once we get to halfway through here, let's say we break this and we come back to it and we start to go down, then I may be trailing a candle by candle here. But we're not there yet. We're still in a way in jeopardy here to lose this trade. But then I can usually when I'm trading candle by candle, I use the unit Renko, the top left, to do that. Meaning, if I'm trading candle by candle, I'm going to move myself a tick above where it's supposed to get a new candle in the other direction. So if I'm short, I'm going to be going, let's say I was trading candle by candle in this particular situation, it would be 197.95 would be my stop. But right now it looks like we're getting some adverse movement here. And if we go up there, we tags us out. It's a Friday. We're gonna definitely, there you go. Looks like we are getting taken out here. Let's see, 12. I could just do the double pullback we usually talk about here. Yeah, this trade is definitely not looking viable anymore. Looks like we tag our stop here. We're out. All right, so minus 13 ticks. So if we go higher here, and looks like we're going higher. So I've got out of the way already then. So I think I'm going to call it off, call it the day here. It's almost 11 o'clock on the Friday. And I got to be somewhere at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to get ready to go there. Yeah, it looks like he wants to go higher here. But we have resistance now. So that's something to keep in mind. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, today definitely, it's a Friday. I guess speculators and farmers and the professionals in LE took the day off. As you can see, there's no clean direction today. So it happens. We got a break-even trade and a 13-tick loser. Not the end of the world. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for supporting the stream. And we'll see you guys on Monday, which is if you celebrate St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. You like beef? Okay. Yeah. I stopped eating red meat about 3 or 4 years ago, so I still eat like fish. I'm a pescatarian. I'm not a vegetarian yet. My wife is. Definitely safe, happy weekend to you as well. If you celebrate St. Patty's Day, definitely be careful out there and just enjoy yourself in a safe manner. With that said, we're gonna kill the stream. We're gonna finish the stream here, and take care. You have a good one. Bye bye.